I'm Kim Wilkin, your realtor and broker associate here in Austin, Texas. Welcome to Austin. If you're considering moving here, it is a wonderful place to live. There are some pros and cons, and this video is all about what is good, bad, and ugly, and a little in between. I originally came to the city of Austin to go to UT a long time ago, and then I left and came back. So I'm what is considered a boomerang. That being said, I am familiar with Austin and originally moved here in 1988. It's not like I was here 2 or 3 years ago. I have seen the city change from a very small town with a university and a state capital to this booming metropolis that we now call Austin. It's almost unrecognizable. So first, I'm going to talk about some of the pros, then some pros that are also cons, and then I'm going to get to, of course, what everybody wants to see are the cons. Number one pro to be in Austin, Texas, especially now, is the fact that we have no state income tax. That is huge. If you're coming from states like New York or California, you are getting probably about a 14% increase in your income just by living here in town. Also, Austin is known for its growth, its tech, its jobs. It is a young and vibrant city with a median income of $110,000 per household, thanks to Google 2022 numbers. And there are lots and lots of jobs available here in town. We have healthcare. We actually have over $4 billion a year coming in government contracts as well, which is sort of under the radar. We also, of course, have the state capitol, and we have the University of Texas, and of course we have tech. We have Tesla here, we have Samsung building a microchip plant. We also have Dell, of course, which was the original tech guy here in town. We have Apple, we also have Facebook as well. If you're looking for a job, Austin is a great place to be. And honestly, a lot of the businesses, because Austin has such a wonderful lifestyle, they have put some of their divisions here in Austin specifically to draw the best employees. When you have the best employees, you also have an increased valuation in the median household income. You also have a very highly educated population here in Austin as well. With the strong workforce and the economy, something that is interesting is historically state capitals and university towns fare well in downturns in the economy. And guess what? Austin has both. Let's talk a little bit about the population and who lives here. Well, Austin has never been known for its diversity, but the good thing is the diversity is growing. It is a very young population with most of the, well, I'd say half the population is between the ages of 25 and 44. In the past few years, we have had as many as 185 people a day moving into town. Currently, that's not true, but I would sort of say the average has been about 150 people a day. That's a lot of people coming to town. Besides the corporate jobs here in Austin, this city is an entrepreneurial city, and basically any business you want to start in town, as long as it's legal, this is a good town to start it. We are open and welcoming, and we are willing to try your new products and try your new services. And we have always been a city that is very supportive of local. You know, keep Austin weird. Well, if you have a weird business that you want to start, then this is probably the place for you. There are a couple of major pros that I've always found in Austin. Number one is people are generally happy. People in Austin love to be in Austin, so even the guy working at the gas station is generally happy to be here. Also, the city is a connector city. So if you're new to town, well, first of all, there are a lot of new people, so it's easy to get connected with new people and build a community. But even the old school old timers like me, or some of the unicorns, which is what they call somebody originally from Austin, they are willing to connect you and get you into the right groups and share with you where to go and what to do. So it's a very open, connecting city. And of course, as a realtor, part of my job is to get you introduced to the city, help you find your vibe and your groove and your tribe. So you can reach out to me right here. I am here, and I can help you realize your real estate dreams here in Austin. Ask me almost anything about restaurants, wine, things to do, places to go, and if I don't know the answer, I can definitely find out within about 5 minutes. One of the biggest pros for me is the vibrant outdoor and active lifestyle. People in general here in Austin are active, love to be outside, and love to do things. We're also a city of pets. I think that like 85% of the city has a pet. And I would probably say 50 to 60% of the town has a dog. So there are plenty of dog parks. There are plenty of places to take your dog. Restaurants are open and welcoming to dogs. There's all kinds of bars, etc. that dogs are allowed. That's total sidebar, but the outdoor lifestyle will include your pet. There's plenty of hiking here in Austin as well. If you like to go hiking, some of the green belts, including Barton Creek and the Violet Crown. There is also plenty of swimming, and if you're a lake rat, well, let's talk about swimming for a minute. If you're in Central Austin, you can swim at Barton Springs Pool or at Deep Eddy. And if you're a lake rat, we actually have the Colorado River that has been dammed up multiple times to create several different lakes. So we have Lady Bird Lake in downtown. We have, which there are no motorized boats, and then we have Lake Austin, then we have Lake Travis, then we have Lake LBJ, and then we have Buchanan and Inc. So if you're a lake rat and you want a lake house as well as living in Central Austin, there are plenty of places to be a lake rat here in town. Also, this outdoor active lifestyle, there is the hill country here around Austin as well. So there are plenty of places to take day trips. You can go to Fredericksburg and go shopping, go to the wine areas. You can go to Dripping, which is about 20 miles south west of Austin, and there are plenty of distilleries and breweries like Treaty Oak and Jester King. You can also go to Bastrop and Lockhart, which both are about 30 minutes to the east of downtown. Beautiful, beautiful places to visit with delicious food, especially in Lockhart, famous for their barbecue. Have to try Smitty's and Black's, both. But plenty of day trips and lots of things to do outside. To the west of Austin, we have the hill country. To the east, we have more of an East Texas vibe with the flat land. Lots of homes are being built on the east side right now or further east because there is lots of land available. So no matter what kind of lifestyle, as long as it's an outdoor lifestyle, it is a wonderful, wonderful pro and a beautiful place to be. As for health in Austin, it's a very friendly city for dietary restrictions. I'm gluten-free and almost every restaurant has plenty of options for me. It's also a holistic city. Some say there's a vortex around Lady Bird Lake, but there's plenty of food if you're vegan. There are plenty of doctors if you're looking for alternative medicine and looking for things like NATE or alternative chiropractic, or if you're looking for acupuncture. Plenty of practitioners here if you're into alternative medicine. Also, there are a lot of farmers markets here in Austin on the weekend, which is great if you're looking for high quality, freshly grown food that is not in the grocery store. As far as food is concerned, we have the flagship Whole Foods. Did you know that Whole Foods was started here in Austin? So the flagship store is on 6th and Lamar, right there downtown, which is phenomenal. There are also some local, now not corporate, but local grocery stores as well as like Wheatsville Co-op, or one of the smaller places, sort of a 7-Eleven style with some unique options, is Tom's Market. So if you're looking for a healthy eating lifestyle, not just a healthy outdoor active lifestyle, then this is also a big pro for the city of Austin. Now let's talk about some of the things to do that are pros. Well, we're the live music capital of the world, so there is plenty of music to be had. And if you're a dancer, I love to dance, I love to two-step and swing, I love to salsa, any kind of dance I absolutely love. So this is a great town. If you're a dancer, try the Broken Spoke or try the White Horse. You can also go salsa dancing and tango downtown sometimes. So if you're a dancer, that's great. If you just love live music, it doesn't matter the genre that you like, you can find it here in Austin. Whether you're looking for old school country, you're looking for blues, if you're looking for jazz, no matter what you're looking for, the live music capital of the world has it. From local venues like Antone's and also Saxon Pub, or you can go to the big, beautiful venues, and more famous artists are coming to Austin. with the Moody ACL every week, I think they are. And then also the Moody Amphitheater and the big convention center where you're getting lots of large concerts now. So music is it. And the food scene is growing as well. We have a lot of interesting eclectic food restaurants here in town. I just tried a new one where they had a beautiful French wine list and then they had Korean barbecue with it, which was a really interesting dynamic. They have some great French bistros like June's All Day and Justine's. They also have some great Italian like Vespaio downtown, a couple of great restaurant groups as well. Something that is I'm starting to talk a little bit about the cons. The food scene is not as mature as some of the other cities like New York and San Francisco. However, the prices are basically New York and San Francisco. It is quite expensive to be going out to eat here in Austin. Now, of course, if you're headed to Chuy's to get some Tex-Mex, that's something else. Or you're gonna try some of the famous food trucks, that's also something else. But if you're going to some of the nicer restaurants, you are going to be spending some cash to go eat dinner at these places. So let's talk about a couple pro-con before we go on to all of the cons. Number one, the weather. Weather is wonderful except in late June, July, and August. It is June right now and it has already been over 100 degrees for about 8 or 9 days. It's great. Plenty of sun, lots and lots of sun. I'd say like 300 days of sun in Austin, which is a pro, but the con is it's hotter than Hades in July and August. Also, a possible con is if you are looking for 4 seasons, Austin doesn't have 4 seasons. You're gonna have to fly up to Vermont or up to Colorado and live your 4 seasons there. One thing that is super interesting about the Austin people is we all tend to leave town in late July and August. It is like a ghost town. I lived downtown for a decade in a high-rise. In the month of August, it was completely empty. You could get into any restaurant, do anything you wanted, walk down the street and actually not see anybody because it was so darn hot. Another pro-con, depending on who you are, is Austin is a relatively liberal city. They say we are a blueberry in a sea of spaghetti sauce. Okay, well, the pro is if you're a liberal, the con is if you're conservative. We are the state capital. We have both conservative and liberal here in town in our government, but just depends on who you are, whether you consider that a pro or a con. Another pro-con for me is even though we're over 2 million people in the Metroplex, Austin still has a town feel. Not a small town anymore, but has a town feel, which some people love and some people don't love. So if you're coming out of New York, Chicago, LA, or San Francisco, you're gonna come to Austin and you're gonna expect to have all the museums and all of the restaurants and all of the culture, which Austin still doesn't quite have everything going on. Of course, now because Joe Rogan lives in town, we're gonna be like the comedy capital as long as the live music capital of the world. But if you're looking for all of that, the beautiful, like the Met Museum type thing, it is not here in Austin. So the pro is we've got a small town feel still. The con is we still have a small town feel even though we're 2 million people. So another pro con, and the last one is our real estate market. So the pro is our real estate market is really strong. So if you are a homeowner or an investor, this is a great place to invest and to own property. On average, over the past several years, we have about 5% appreciation each and every year. We've had a huge ramp up in 2020 through 2022, and we actually in 2023 have come back down a little bit, but even in Central Austin, we're looking currently at about a 7% decrease from the highs over a year ago. So the pro is if you own real estate, it is a great place to own real estate. The con, on the other hand, is our real estate is expensive. We actually have the most expensive real estate in the entire state of Texas. So if you're looking for affordability, then Austin is a hard place to find affordability. We are seeing some price adjustments, so it is becoming more affordable, but still it is hard if you have a very tight budget to find the type of house that you are looking for. In San Antonio, Dallas, or Houston, you might be able to find a much bigger house for the same amount of money. But again, I can help you find whatever you're looking for. Just have faith, and if you want to be in Austin, I promise we'll find the right place at the right time. So now that we've done the pro cons, let's talk about the straight cons. And I'm gonna get the first one out of the way. The easy one, everybody talks about this, it's the traffic. And traffic is terrible. It's not LA traffic, it's not New York traffic, but it is terrible. You will find people are lined up in 5 o'clock traffic at 2:30 in the afternoon until 7 p.m. So be prepared for lousy traffic. Unfortunately, this town is not prepared for all of the growth, and the city council did not prepare accordingly. We don't have a good bus system. We don't have a tram system. I mean, we physically do, but it's like one line is the tram up to Leander, and our bus system is relatively small, so we don't have a lot of public transportation, and traffic is not good because we don't have the infrastructure and the roads. We have I-35 north-south, Mopac north-south, but we actually don't have any major highways going east-west. We have 71, 290 Ben White. In the south, we have 183 in the north, but there is no circular circumference around the city, which big cities need to have so people can get around. So yeah, traffic is terrible, but we all knew that before we started this video. Something that is also important to know, I did mention that we don't have great infrastructure with buses and trams and trains and that type of thing. So it is necessary to have a car. This is a car city. It's easy to get around Austin in general. It's relatively quick. If you're in central Austin, you can get almost anywhere in 20 minutes, which is a pro, which I should have talked about before. But in general, if you want to be a walking person, if you've come from a big city, then this city you're going to be required to get a car to get around. So another con here in Austin has to do with property, and it is our property taxes. Our property taxes are quite high. Remember, we don't have state income tax, so property taxes are substantial, and the county just controls what they're going to value your property at. So in central Austin, you're looking about 2.3% every year for your property taxes. If you're in outlying areas like Leander or Buda and Kyle, to the north and to the south, or even Manor out to the northeast, you can have as high as 3% property taxes each and every year. It's something you can fight, and you can go up against appraisal district to get your property taxes reduced. And a good thing is, if you are homesteaded here, they limit how far they can raise your taxes each and every year. But property taxes are an issue here in town. It leads to the not affordability of Austin. Along with the lack of infrastructure goes with the amount of massive amounts of construction here in Austin. Everywhere you look, there is construction. The saying goes that the national bird of Austin is actually a crane, as in a building crane. It is crazy how much is going on. If you look downtown, there are about 45 buildings slated for downtown right now. Also in central Austin, you see so many homes being built as far as what is considered infill, which they're taking these old small bungalows and they are making them big, gigantic houses, or they're splitting them into a B unit. Something that is interesting about Austin in general is previously this city was a relatively poor city, an affordable city. Remember, it was a state capital and a university town. It hasn't had this massive amount of wealth until recently. So you're going to see in neighborhoods, even though it's gentrified, you're gonna see some old bungalows next door to some beautiful 2,500 square foot, 3,500 square foot new construction homes. So along with the affordability, sometimes you're going to have to get a lot that is very small with a tiny little bungalow if you want to live in central Austin, or if you have a big bank account and you want to spend $3 to $5 million, you can get almost anything in central Austin that you want. That being said, construction is everywhere here in town. And you know what? For the foreseeable future, I see construction happening everywhere all over Austin. As long as we're continuing to grow, which is part of the vibrancy of Austin and part of the draw of Austin, we're gonna see construction for the foreseeable future. A couple other things that not everybody talks about. One is allergies. You may move to Austin without allergies, but within the first 5 or 6 years, you will be sneezing and coughing and won't be able to sleep, and you'll have puffy eyes for some reason. We have terrible allergies here in Austin, whether it's cedar or it's pollen or it's mold, or there are so many allergens. People come in and like, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I can tell you, after you've been here a couple of years, you will find out what it's like to have Austin allergies. So the last thing that I'm going to mention that's a con is we don't have a lot of professional teams here in Austin. We do have Austin FC, which is the football club, and it is great. There is a stadium and it's a lot of fun to have a professional team here. But we don't have the Mavericks, we don't have the Oilers, we don't have the Cowboys. You're gonna have to go to other cities in Texas to get professional sports. We're trying, we're catching up. So remember, we started off as a small town, small affordable town originally, and there are so many competing athletic clubs between Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. It's been hard to get professional teams here in Austin. I will say one thing that is great, which should have been a pro a long time ago, is we have Formula One and MotoGP here in Austin. So we have COTA, which is a Circuit of America's track. So if you are a car person, I love Formula One, or if you're a motorcycle person, then coming here for COTA is also a great perk and a positive plus. So that sums up my pros and cons. I do love Austin. It's home. It makes my heart happy. I'm Kim Wilkin, your realtor and broker associate in Austin. I can't wait to help you realize your real estate dreams. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what your favorite pros, and if you have a con, that's okay too. But let me know your favorite pros of being here in Austin. See y'all very soon. Bye.